Stop being a pain. How about first time in this? I'm live out for the first time in this outfit and with my new hair. Probably should have had my medicine. It's warmer today. I've just seen like 2 girls with bare legs again. Wow. It's not that warm. It's warmer, but it's not that warm. It'll take a while. I just had to watch a cute kitten video first. That guy's thick. Oh, my hip's really hurting. The slightest movement and it's like agony. The joint, obviously, not the like hip itself. I've heard it's called a femur. It's like the slightest movement, like to turn round. So I've got to be really careful and not move. Quite like it here because there's always like a lot going on. I was like hitting the ass today. Just making too much movement on this hip is like is a big no-no. Oh my god, how many sugars did I just put in? Oh my god. Well, that's very sweet. I didn't realise I put that many sugars in. Space. Oh my god, so. I don't know what to do. I accidentally put like 10 million sugars in. Ow. Had a Big Mac this time. Hi. I got it with that voucher. I put about 10 sugars in this. But it's nice anyway. It's fallen over. It's cold, I think. It's cold. Oh god, my hip's really hurting. A femur, it's called. Thank you. All right. That little boy out there's got a ponytail. think I should go and ask for hot food. No, it's not arrived. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I think that package that arrived yesterday was dog bedding or something. Probably not. Just give me a gift. Oh, two of these two are on the phone. What did they say and what did you say? So because I had this, I didn't get the extra. Oh, it's like not even a line. Nice and cold food. That guy's so huge. It's nice though. Yeah, they didn't give you the option. Like, I think this thing should like include a burger, chips, and a drink or a dessert. I think it's a bit shit that it's just get like two things. So it did end up costing me more. $3.58 because of the drink. I think it's shit that they don't include a drink. Well, it's just that they do meal deals. Usually that's. You know, I think a drink and a dessert. So meal, dessert, drink. Yeah. I just sat down. Always staring at me. That's cheating. I feel like I'm the guy what more viewers I actually have. I know I've done so many live streams lately that everybody's abandoned me. There's a girl dressed in like next to nothing. It's where all the hookers and goths come. The hookers and goths come. Jeremiah is very critical of everybody. Deal with it. Okay, so I forgot to tell you guys on my last live stream that the last time I came here, not this place, this cafe, I mean like this town centre thing, I went in the arcade and I went to the toilet area and I didn't need to go to the toilet. I just went up to take new pictures for you guys of my new outfit, which I haven't put up yet. Sorry about that. Oh, she left you, mister, sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, and I was there, like, taking a picture of myself in the big mirror. And these three girls, like, they just came and they, like, looked in. And they're like, oh my god, it's Wolf Lady. And they all, like, huddled together and then they all ran off. It was really stupid. I think I did tell you, actually. But anyway, it's so funny, like, they pretend to be scared of me, but then they came right back. They came right back, like, well, they can't watch my live streams then, because if they did, they'd realize I'm male, and they're like, they're calling me a girl, and calling me Wolf Lady. It's like so insulting. If they give me any hassle, I have to ring the police. I'm gonna tell them to discriminate against me. Yeah. That guy. Yeah, at least Wolfie was man. You know, it could be manly, but now they start calling me Wolf Lady. It's like that's. How many times has that guy said? That boy said, "Really good lawyer." 3 times. I assume he wants to be a lawyer when he grows up. Yeah, it's worse. Wold lady. Wold lady. It's so much worse. I know. I don't think they know I'm a boy. So if they watch this, they better start calling me Wolfie again if they're gonna call me anything like that. I'd rather them call me Your Highness or Boss. Or at least like Wolfie the wonderful, marvellous, great majesty or something. You can call me that. That's allowed to call me Wolf Lady. So next time I see them, I'm going to chase after them and say, no, you're not calling me that. Yeah, you know, the reason why they do that is because they want to make me look bad. They're not really scared of me though, are they? Because, like, you're kidding me. I'm surprised because he's talking quite loud. Anyway, so they're not really scared of me because if they were, they wouldn't have come back, would they? And they would just stay away from me, wouldn't they? So I think what they're doing is when they pretend to be scared of me, they're just showing me up, like they're trying to make it look like I'm this bad person. So they go, oh my god, and then when people like go, oh, what's up or whatever, then they could go, oh yes, this is so scary and does this and he does that. And she grabs people and she looks into people's windows or whatever. Like 4 times he said about lawyers. I can't hear anything else he's saying, but he keeps saying that super loud. So I've been off the drugs now for about, it's been 2 or 3 weeks. And I feel like I'm back to normal now. I had like spates where I felt a bit down, especially, you know, in the morning, like when I first woke up. But now I'm not getting that at the moment, and I feel more happier. I actually feel, it's funny because I feel at the moment the way I felt when I was on it, like that high. So I guess with these particular ones, I get high coming off them. So I don't know whether I'm going to end up going on a high and then back on a low again. But if that happens, I'll just have to take it again. the syrup, the syrup stuff. I'm thinking of going on the hydroxyzine again, but I just don't want to mess my body about too much. Problem is, I'm getting really itchy again though. Like I really need it, but I just don't want to end up feeling like I did before. I was on like a bit of a high when I was on it every day, but it made my brain go doolally. As in, it made me feel really like I was tense all the time. I was stressed. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I had to rush. But now I feel so much more relaxed. I'm supposed to be having local pollen. I was gonna say local pollen because I read that. I'm supposed to be having local pollen apparently to alleviate my symptoms in the summer when all the pollen is high again. But I don't know where you get it from. Now, there was people in the My Town community group on Facebook asking about it, but as you know, I don't really want to post in there anymore, so I don't really know how to find it. Local honey. Sorry, it's honey. So you have to eat honey in winter to become immune in spring and summer. But I don't know where to get it from. I've got honey, but I don't know if it's any good. No, I don't know of any. This is really good, by the way. Like the other one was good, but this is really good. Apart from the fact that it's cold. I've got an itchy arm. I suppose I'll look on the Facebook group just to find just to see if anybody else is talking about it and see if anybody else comments to say, oh yes, you can get local honey from me or this place or that place. That girl's wearing bunny ears. Wait, so do you want to go back to that? I don't know of anywhere. Guess I'll just ask around or search on the internet or something. I just like to eat honey straight from the jar. I don't really like honey in anything. This is really nice. At least that's kind of warm. The one I get is really nice. My hip's really hurting today. Well, since I sat down anyway. That sounds horrible. I'm gonna have to hurry because Mike wants 45. I left her with 40. Because I had 50, but I couldn't split it. I needed money for, you know, taxi, I guess. mess. And you said, Scarlet, I don't need to be responsible for everything you're feeling. Your emotional grim reaper, I feel what I feel. I can't entertain these games. Hate to rain on your parade, it's just the way I'm feeling. It's just the way I'm feeling. Cause I'm crying on the song. Ooh, you look good in a heartbreak. No. That guy just went by. Oh no. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That guy that just went past. That guy. That's that guy. I don't know if I told you about him, Robert. He was like, wanted to be my slave and he wanted to live at the house. Thank you very much, Issa. Yeah, I'm still getting it. I think it came through today. Because I had a small amount of money in yesterday. And today I've noticed there's been money put in. I managed to get my Patreon money sent over to the bank.
I just don't care that much about others. I focus on myself, maybe haircut, but others. Oh yes, it is. It's on. Yeah, it's on the best that actually see news.
Yeah. I got 3 likes, yay.
You don't get marked in, but you do marked in. They will either. It's either you're in the toilet, you have 2 minutes and 30
Food. I want more food.
Yeah. If you're not in 10 minutes, unless you've got a girl problem. But that's not really for girls. I think you know what I mean.
I like the honey my mum got me. I don't know if I like any other honey, you know. You can hear him loud and clear now, he's getting louder.
So like, they are like a message here.
PayPal isn't working. I just said I got it sent to my bank instead. PayPal isn't working. The good thing is though, if I ever do get PayPal working, at least I'll have some savings in there. Because so far, money's been put in there that I've not been able to use. Well, it's 4 o'clock now, according to that clock, so it means I'm not going to be able to get a coffee at Sainsbury's. So, I'm going to have to get one from here and take it there. It seems to have worked. I think that's why I got money in my account. I thought that it was just like a build-up of the carers allowance and stuff, but it's not. I don't think, because I don't get that much. It keeps going on about a new way of verifying your bank, but that won't work, so I don't know if the other way will work anymore with the what's the word? Code. Oh, what the hell's the matter with my hip? Sitting down is painful. It was fine when I was stood up, but now it really hurts. The bars.
To help keep everyone safe, please wear a face covering if possible when moving around.
Yeah, I got up kind of late today.
Continue to put, respecting other
My mum got me up, but I went back to bed because it was kind of early when she got me up. I cracked it when I first got up.
Control them. Control your ears from here. Bluetooth.
She called me about 10.
I will never noticed it that.
She called me about just like 10:30 or something. She said the dog was wandering around. I don't know how because I shut the door properly. Unless she didn't, like, maybe she went out of the room and then didn't shut it. Yeah, it's a possibility that she didn't shut it. Like she went out with the dog. Because these days, she goes out with the dog throughout the night, wander around.
Wait, just for me.
And then she must have used the old people awake really early. It's not that, she's just awake all throughout the night because she can't sleep.
Tonight.
She said she might just get to, sleep at 8 a.m. because she's awake all night because she can't sleep. So yeah, I'm pretty much awake all night myself. They put the light out about 4 or 5. Actually, it was 6 o'clock last night.
I don't think that. Ready?
Right now, I'll just show you around a little. I was thinking, Jin. Apparently, it's a bad idea to have alcohol before bed. Apparently, it's worse. That looks like one of the Wolfie people, doesn't it? Just a little bit. I know, but apparently you don't get really good quality of sleep. Not that she's getting any at all at the moment. That's the one. I read that somewhere because I was reading. I looked up, like, I can't remember what I looked up exactly. Like, is it bad for you to go to bed late and get up late or something? And I read an article about it all, and it says the worst thing you can do is drink alcohol before bed. You might sleep, but you get like a really bad night's sleep and wake up with a headache or feel really tired or groggy or something. Some crap sleep. Oh, it's blurry, sorry. There's that North Face thing again. I wonder what that is. Why don't they have like menus on the table like they used to? I want to see what else they've got. I don't want to always go up to the counter. My hair's falling out. I'm sorry you missed that really fat guy before.
Yeah, you're right. It's always anyway. Yeah.
Move that because it keeps going blurry. So you can see some of the shit that comes in. And there's a big fat guy coming this way. Let's hope he's coming in here. Hello again. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just a bit of pain in the hip, that's all.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it today. What the hell is that? Did good, didn't she?
She did, yes.
I told her what I wanted and she managed to find one.
Oh,
Said she could only find one though. I need more.
oh,
I'm living in this right now, just wear it all the time.
oh, don't blame you.
I know. I will have a variety soon.
Pardon?
I'll have more variety soon.
Oh,
I like to wear something for a while and then change it up the next week or something.
yeah.
Some people just like wear different things all the time or just wear the same thing all the time. I like to wear the same thing for about a week and then the next week I'll wear something different
Yes.
for the rest of that week. So every time I go out I'll just wear this one thing until the next week.
Oh, well, you do. You look beautiful.
Thank you very much. God, this hip is really killing me. Every little movement. Every movement. Did you see that thing that came in a minute ago? Totem. Look on the totem thingy. Cup is super focused. Cup is super focused. So they kind of look a bit like the wolfy people, don't they? I like that woman, she's always dead friendly. I'm just sorry that you missed the other people before. Not your friend, that Sagosaurus. Chunky boy waddling. I know. It's fun to see what weirdos come in here. Makes you feel right at home, doesn't it? That guy was just like staring at me. I was like, oh, I'll stare back at you. But like, there's so many weirdos that come in here, but I don't see those kids like harassing them, just me. It's like, you're singling me out, mate. You're discriminating against me. But like I say, in future, if anybody says, oh, why are they targeting you? I'm gonna tell them, like the police or whatever, well, they're targeting me because I'm trans. Maybe they'll take notice then. You never know. I'm not saying that they are actually intimidating me or, you know, harassing me because I'm trans, but I can use it, like, can't I? Because other people do, don't they? Like, black people do. Even if someone isn't targeting them because they're black, but they're targeting them because they did a real crime or they did a real thing, they'll just use the black card, the racist card, won't they? Like, oh, you're just targeting me because I'm black. And then they're like, no, I'm not really. You did this or you did that. You know, you actually did something wrong. So may as well do that. The tubes in them. The biggest trump card. Hoodoo. Well, people just this is why people get annoyed and I don't take notice to them though. Well, they're always, aren't they? They're always, the police, they're always asking me, oh, why do you think that they target you? And it's like, why do you ask me that question? As if I'm doing something wrong. It's kind of like they're accusing me of doing something. Like, oh, you must be doing something to offend the little darlings. And it's like, no. My mum had a go at them one time when they asked her that. She went mad. But yeah, they act like you the one that's doing something wrong. And it's like, no, they're just doing it because, you know, they're assholes. Well, they went. When they first started all those years ago, because I was about 10 when they first started harassing us. My mum reckons it was because they, you know, because, you know, my dad wasn't there and that we lived in a bigger house than everybody else. So it's like easy target. And the homeschooling as well. I'm like, how do all these people know though? It's not like we go around telling people. Hello, little Queen Ellie. Still forgot to bring out my headphones. I keep forgetting every time. And then just sort of recent years, my mum has been saying that, you know, I'm the problem. Like, oh, they recognise that you're evil, that's why they pick on you. Because you're evil. So now she is actually directly blaming me. Before it was because, oh yes, because you went outside and you did this and you did that, you howled or whatever. A load of weirdos coming in. You know, like, you know, when I was younger, I used to dress as a wolf and I used to howl in the garden, but Halloween. But it was like a million years ago when I was a kid, so, but they still kept going on about it for years after. And my mum said, oh, it's all your fault, you antagonised them by howling, you antagonised them by dressing like a wolf, you antagonised them by talking to them. Because I was, you know, I was like really shy when I was like 10 and that, so I didn't really say anything. Like my mum was the one who used to argue with them. So it was mainly my mum that they sort of targeted, if you will. Like it was my mum that they focused their arguments on if they argued or verbally abused us. It would be my mum mainly. But then when I got older, like probably 15 or 16, I started more confident and brave. So I started sort of not antagonizing them, but I started like when they came and started harassing me and verbally abusing me in the garden, I did sort of retaliate and I did sort of, you know, basically I stood up for myself. And in my mind, I was trying to protect the property and my mum and the dog and myself. So that's why I used to do what I did, which was I used to argue back at them. Yeah, she said, but you know, like, so years later, she said, oh, it's because you used to, you know, you used to like get aggressive, because I used to get quite aggressive with them when I gained confidence. Like I had to really force myself to, because I thought, well, if I stay quiet, if I don't sort of react to them, they're just going to think I'm scared of them and they're going to think I'm like weak or whatever. So I wanted to prove that I was brave and that, you know, I was going to give them shit back. If they give me shit, I'm going to give it back. So I did used to get angry and I used to like argue with them and shout at them, and sometimes I'd like growl at them and like snarl at them when I was doing the wolf thing. And run, like when they were at the wall, I would run at them to like scare them away, because I was trying to get them away. I was trying to get them to, in my mind I was trying to like scare them into stop doing it, but of course it didn't work. And the more I sort of retaliated towards them and acted aggressive, the more they came. Like they came every day, sometimes several times a day. So yeah, so years later my mum blamed me and she said, oh, it's because you retaliated and stuff. And she did tell me to ignore them. So I did start to.
I just do my brow course and this girl who has had to do mine.
I did start to ignore them more and more. But sometimes I couldn't help myself and I sometimes reacted to them again and again. But I learned over the time to stop doing it as much. So I kind of gradually stopped. Sorry, it's fucking... It just cut off because the Wi-Fi cut off for some reason. And we've got like a whole gang of teenagers like sitting in front. Like an ostrich.
Chodźcie tutaj usiądziemy. Albo dobrze.
They're all gangs of 3 or something. Anyway, so they just think you're mental. I mean, you must be. For doing that, ignoring problems, hoping they will go away. Yeah, well, we tried retaliating, but that didn't work. Well, like I say, my mum said I'm the problem, and she said I reacted to them, and she said that I'm evil, and they recognise that I'm evil, and that's why they harass me or something. And last night she said something similar. She said, oh, well, you're a horrible person, and that's why people don't take to you. Like, am I really that bad? Like, I know I'm evil, but I'm not that bad. I don't need it because I'm quite happy, confident, and I have plenty of self-esteem on my own. I don't need to be constantly with other people like these do. So I've noticed when I've seen them, they're always together like every single day around my area. They're always like with other people. Like, I couldn't stand that, you know. I couldn't stand like being with a whole group of people every single day for hours and hours and hours a day. Like, what do? They're not even like, you know, they're not even doing anything constructive. Like, hanging around with friends is like good, maybe for like a couple of hours. But then, you know, you got to do something constructive at some point in the day. Not evil because you stand your ground. Well, she was going on about how I'm such a horrible person. Like, how could he think and develop like any sort of individuality if you're always with like people all the time, if you're always with friends all the time? Like, you just end up becoming like the other people that you're with, don't you? If you're always with other people. So being by yourself is important to find out who you are and what you as an individual like. And hell, I've had plenty of time to do that. I think I've been alone in my life more than I've not been alone. When I used to have friends as a kid, I used to just see them once a week or something. I didn't see them every single day for hours and hours and hours. Hell, even though it started out like 2 hours, and I couldn't stand it after a while. But I felt like kind of obliged, like, you know, I can't kick her out, can I? I couldn't kick my friend out, could I? As a kid, though, it was okay because, you know, playing with your friends is like really fun. But as a teenager, and you're just like sitting around and doing nothing really fun, it's kind of boring. So I could only stand like a certain amount of time of that. But I mean, it was fine until she said I was a crappy friend, pretty much. She said that I'm boring, basically. So after she complained about being bored and how much of a crap friend I was, I didn't enjoy being around her as much anymore. So I wanted to be around her less anyway. Yeah, they don't have any sense of individuality, but the funny thing is that all these kids used to go on about wanting to be individual and wanting to be unique and wanting to be special, but they always just end up looking alike anyway, so I don't actually understand why they're always going on about wanting to be individual and wanting to be unique and special, but then they all look the same, and then they have a go at you when you actually do it. When I personally, or anybody, acts like actually individuals. So they're really having to go at themselves because they can't do it. What? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, she wanted to just use my computer. So she was manipulating me by saying I was boring and rubbish. Because she said, oh yes, when I'm with my friends such a body, oh, we go on the computer and we do all these mischievous, exciting things. And I'm like, yeah, right, when you used my computer, all you did was chat to your friends. That's all she did when she used the computer, was chat to her friends on MSN Messenger at the time. I thought, that's not interesting, and I was bored. So when we were doing the interesting, exciting things away from the computer that I like doing, she was bored. And when we were sat doing what she wanted to do, which was play on the computer, I was bored. Because I was just sat there doing nothing while she was playing on the computer and chatting with her mates. So I felt left out and bored. I was just watching her doing that. It was boring. You can't, that's why they all say. People have no opinions on group settings. Yeah, me too. I have more time than time with friends. Well, you can, but you've got to be polite about it. Only because she wanted to beauty computer eat the sweets. Yeah, because they ain't got a balls to be different. But what I did was I used my mum. I asked my mum to sort of limit our time. So it was with my mum. I asked my mum to sort of, well, I used my mum to say to Vicky that she banned us from the computer, and that's how I stopped us from going on the computer. Because, like I say, I was getting bored. So we spent more. I didn't mind it when we did a bit of playing and we did a bit of computer stuff, but it was just when it became where that's all she wanted to do for the whole visit was play on the computer. Anyway, I better go now because it's getting late, and I think it's nearly 5 o'clock or something. So I'm gonna go get myself another coffee, and then I'm gonna go to Sainsbury's. So I might do a live stream when I get back home, or I might not. But I'll talk to you guys later, okay? See you soon.